Okay. And no, I don't know what Knight's bull snorted means. I think it's made up. It kind of looks like bull snorted, but it's bull snorted. Knight, I mean, we know what that means. We know what snort means. A bull, there's a bull is like a chunk of cotton, but I don't know if that's what's happening here. This is about Jerrian's father. So, but some of you like that word, so I just thought I'd pause on that. um, okay, so a couple other things. I'm going to keep going here. This thing about a lot of you like the word palinodiea, so evidently Stesichorus called Helen a whore or something, and so the legend is that she blinded him. Of course, Helen is a mythical character, and the real Stesichorus wrote many hundreds of years after any Helen would have been alive. So so there's the sense of history here is there is no sense of history in it. It's and people in the mythic world, you do get time flattens out. So there's that, and then so then here's what he said. His sort of, if you will, his retraction. Right? No, it's not the true story. No, you never went on the bench ships. No, you never came to the towers of Troy. Of course, what's weird about this is saying not only was she not a whore, but she never even was part of the Trojan War or was even captured, which kind of ruined. Which, if you take that away, you take away Helen's whole story. I mean, she's not going to be famous if not for the Trojan War. Whoops, sorry, I've got that in a way. Sorry about that. I'm supposed to be able to get that out of the way. There. Okay. So anyway, yeah. And then I think this is funny here. Some of you didn't know quite what to do with this, and this is to me like a parody. In other words, like a satire or making fun of logic. So it's trying to like do let's if A or B, it's sort of like how you would program a computer. If you do this, that. If you don't do that, do that. Or it's also kind of like on a botanical key. If you're trying to figure out what a plant is, you go, well, if the leaf is round, go this way. If it's flat, you go that way, and so on and so forth. But the whole point is to clear up the question of whether Stesichorus is blind or not. And at the end, you still don't know whether he's blind or not. So the whole thing is kind of a joke on Greek logic, I think. I don't know. So I think Ann Carson is just kind of having some fun sometimes here. If Stesichorus was a blind man, either he will lie, or if not, not. Let's see. If Stesichorus is blind, then he will lie, and if he was not blind, he won't lie. Yeah, who knows? But she's kind of also knows how she's having fun with words. That's a funny thing. Or if not, not. If Stesichorus was a blind man, either he will lie, or if he is not a blind man, he will not lie. And I'm not sure, that may be a paradox. Like maybe that means you never know whether he's lying or not. Have to think about it a little bit more. Okay, let's look at Emily Dickinson real quick. So I think you guys did pretty well on that. I'm going to just, and yes, there is a variety of possible interpretations, but there's some things where you're either getting it or you're not, and I want to talk about some of those. So if we read the first one, the reticent volcano keeps his never slumbering plan, confided are his projects pink to no precarious man. So his, notice, is the volcano. So the volcano is what's never slumbering, and it's the volcano that does not confide his projects, whatever they are, to anybody. So something like that. Now here's where I think I need to clarify something. If nature will not tell the tale Jehovah told to her. So her is nature. So nature is feminine. Nature is a she. So whatever this is, that Jehovah is God, right? So nature will not tell what God told nature, is what that says. Now that could be the secrets of nature, whatever it is. But here it's the case that Jehovah created, God, we can say, created the volcano, but the volcano doesn't tell us what's up. If it blows, we're just going to have to find that out. But when it happens, and as some of you said, that can lead to your death. And the mention, that yes, that probably would make us think of Pompeii, the famous volcano that left everybody, frozen in the lava, but or the ash actually. But it doesn't have to be that, I don't think. And then admonished by her buckle, it'd be interesting to know actually what Emily Dickinson was reading. Emily Dickinson lived in the mid-1800s, by the way, in New England, in the northeast of the United States. Okay, so scolded or warned, kind of scolded and warned at the same time. By her buckled lips, let every babbler be. Okay, so her is nature. And also Dickinson has reversed the order of the syntax. So really this would be let every babbler be scolded by nature's closed lips. I mean, buckled may be some other things. It could remind us of the volcano, but one meaning is like buckled up, as if, like zipped up, buckled up. So let every yacker, babbler, somebody who yaks or talks a lot, let every babbler, yacker, be warned and scolded by the closed lips of nature. Okay. And then comes the one that I agree that there's a lot of possible meanings for this last one that you guys explored. The only secret people keep is immortality. And as some of you said, one is that people don't keep any secrets till they're dead. Another one is, well, what about the secret of immortality? Do we have it or do we not? Well, we don't know because the only people who know are those who are dead. And maybe if people were more careful, they wouldn't be dead because of the earthquake the volcano. And that's immortality, not immorality, right? Immortality, yeah. So the reversed syntax, I think once you see that. So I hope that helps a little bit. Those are just some things that, come from experience of she's using backward syntax and how her is her here and here is nature. Okay? So yeah, something along the lines of nature doesn't tell us what God told nature. Do we have to tell what we say to anybody? And some of you mentioned the idea that maybe, who do we have to talk to? Well, do we make up God to talk to? Do we imagine there's somebody listening out there? What's funny is that we would listen to nature if it would talk, but we don't have anybody to listen to us, maybe, or would that be Jehovah again? So there's some complexities there for sure. Okay, that's all for now, folks. Take care.